Hello students, in this part we are going to learn about electricity and electric current. Here if I will ask you electric current, so automatically what comes that in your mind that how the bulb glows. So we are going to start here with the how the electric current flows in the conductor. If you will see around us, in the everything in the universe is made up of atoms, and in an atom we have nucleus. And what this nucleus consists of? It consists a neutron and a proton. This you can see, this model is given by the Bohr's, right? In the nucleus you have neutrons and protons. Neutrons have no charge and the protons have the positive charge, and the electrons which is revolving around the nucleus, right? So the number of neutrons and protons and electrons an atom has can tell the nature of the material, right? That which type of a material we have. In the previous class we have seen the conductor, insulators and all the things. Here you can see that we have the charges, which is the electron which is revolving around us, right? In the previous history I was telling you that when this initially it started with the rubbing, right? So now here you can understand that how the electrons or the how the charges started flowing in it. In an atom, the electrons are present in a appropriate manner, that is 2, 8 and 18. So the electron which is present in the outermost shell, right? The outermost shell electrons are loosely bound with the nucleus. So if I will give a little force to it, that is greater than that force, what happens? The electron which is present in the outermost shell will come out and that will start moving. This initially we were doing bit by rubbing, right? And the outermost shell is called the valency shell, right? You can see here that given a small force, this electron comes out from it, and the flow of electrons is called the electric current, right? Now, what is this and how it is happening? If we talk about that conductors and insulators, so the conductor have the number of free electrons, right? And the insulator have not free electrons. It has loosely bound, not loosely bound electrons. It has tightly bound electrons. So the plastic is an insulator and the copper is a conductor. Now, what happens in this case? If we talk about that, normally that atom have a neutral charge. Why it has a neutral charge? Because it has equal positive charge and equal negative charge, so the net charge of that particular will be 0. Now what happens in this case is, here when we will use a copper wire or anything that through which the electric current can flows, right? Here you can see that when obviously the atom is possessing an electron, so the one which is donating the electron is becomes positively charged, and the one who's gaining the electron will becomes negatively charged. Okay, so the one gains the electron negatively charged and the one loses the electron positively charged. Here is the example. You can see that when you are walking over a kaleen, or we can say any of the material, you can notice that the charges which is present over it that will come through your foot. Now you have observed that sometimes you will find a shock through a door. Why it has happened so? Because your body has gained the free electrons from that kaleen or from that mat, right? And when you are going to touch any conductor or any object, you have noticed that the charge from your body, excessive charge from your body is transferred to that door knob, and that neutralizes the charge. Okay, so this way you have seen that is the charge have the property or the property of conservation, and that is what we call a law of conservation, right? You cannot create net electric charge, instead that can be flow from one body to another body, right? So the electric charge has the most important property of protons and the electrons, right? So the charge can be denoted as Q and the coulomb is denoted as C. Okay, now the charge of a single electron or a proton is known as an elementary charge. Okay, the charge which is present on a single electron we will talk about, so that is basic, that's why we called it an elementary charges, right? So the value of your single electronic charge is 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb, right? And what is 1 coulomb of charge is 6.24 into 10 to the power 18 electrons. Means in one electron, these many electrons are transferring, that we have discussed in the quantization. Now here you can see the example. This is the example or the picture of a wire, right? Inside the wire, copper wire. So copper is also a metal, right? So what happens that in the copper wire, as it is a conductor, we have some free electrons. When we connect a battery to it, what happens? We are doing by rubbing it. Now I have connected a battery to it. When I am giving some extra or energy source to it, what will happen? That those electrons take part into, means they get a force, and what will happen? They will come out from their valency shell, we can say, and they will take part into electric current, and the movement of electric charges over a period of time is called an electric current, right? And this is the formula of your electric current, that is flowing through charge per